Let's give them something to talk about. I see the energy running out. I got a planet to run around. Okay.
We decided to go a few minutes early today just to kind of be so that we would be completely prepared for the workouts when they announced at 12 noon. And then all of a sudden my phone started lighting up.
Your phone or Sandra was just
my phone and then Sandra, but like I started getting texts from people about the workouts. Already I got one complaint from somebody in Palo.
That means he's gonna have to come here and do that.
Someone in Palo Alto. Who doesn't have the rope height to be able to do it. So we'll be seeing. That's the only time he comes over here. It's like he uses me in Diablo for the. So there's rope climbs in the workouts. So I don't see the workouts myself. Like I can see
workout one disappeared off the website again. Yeah, I'm gonna share it onto the screen here.
That would be great. Okay, so let's just talk. We'll just go right away. Let's just start with workout one. I pulled up the scorecard for workout one. And how do volumes look on your dealio?
Volumes look good, Sandra.
What's that?
I'll turn you up.
Oh, okay.
Talk for a little bit. We just need to check your volume real quick.
That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, good. So our plan for today is, so while you look at this workout or the workouts, our plan for today is we've got 2 classes planned. So Diablo's setting it aside. We have 43 people. 43 people that are participating in the quarterfinals at Diablo, age group and individuals. We're requiring everybody to video record their workouts. The reason is that some athletes definitely have to. We realize that CrossFit doesn't require everybody if you're not a contention. But for us, since we have some athletes that are doing it, we're going to make everybody doing it. I feel like there's an echo, by the way. Someone's speaker on. Is Sandy's computer muted? We have classes at 2:00 today, and we have classes at 6:30 today. 2:00's great because that's open gym time. So we have like an hour and a half to knock out. And people can choose what workouts they want. We're going to have a whiteboard where people will choose the heat they want to be in because we won't be able to run everybody all at once, obviously, with the complexity of these workouts, the need for judging and everything else. And then we have times on Thursday and Friday at 11 a.m., 2:00, and again, 6:30. And those classes are already full.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The 2:00 blew up, right away.
2:00 blew up. Everybody wants to do one workout and get it out of the way.
Or they try to do 2.
Yeah. Or maybe try and do 2 workouts right away. So let's, and then Saturday and Sunday, we're going to open up the gym basically at about noon time, and we'll have a few hours to knock those out. And hopefully we get it all done by Monday.
Hopefully.
Before Monday, that there's no repeats. We're going to allow people to repeat that, are in contention for making semifinals. But we have some very strict standards with it because it's chaos, and then there's a number of athletes that are really genuinely trying to move on. We want everybody to take it as seriously as they do. What it's done is it's created some anxiety, I've been told, by the athletes. They're all nervous now. Everybody wants to know which is cool. That's what we wanted. And again, yeah. Jamie has said this all along. This is a competition at this point. I mean, the Open is as well, but this is a competition. We want people to take it as serious as Alessandra did when she, in her 10 years of competing. She was, this was a big deal. And if they take it serious, one, they're going to have an amazing experience. They're going to look back on it and be like, wow, this is really cool.
You take it serious and you might surprise yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So welcome, Alessandra.
Thank you.
Alessandra didn't qualify for quarterfinals.
She scaled one,
which
I just found out.
She had to scale a workout. Unbelievable.
What? Well, pregnant burpees technically scaled. My thighs couldn't touch the ground, so that was scaled.
Legitimate. Way to hold the standard.
Yeah.
She did. She held the standard. And Jackson said to her, one of the coaches said, "Well, why didn't you just mark it as RX?" And she says, "No, my thighs have to touch the ground." Her thighs couldn't touch the ground. When are you due?
May 26th.
May 26th.
So right around the corner.
That's so awesome. Yep. So she's got a more important date coming up than the quarterfinals. but she's going to help us out all along the way. And she has a number of athletes that she's coaching, and they're participating in quarterfinals. So they're lucky enough to have her as a coach and offer her 10 years of experience at doing this. So let's look at the first workout. It's snatches, 4 rounds for time, max reps. Do you have that workout?
Yeah, I have this scorecard. I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah, bring the scorecard up. 4 rounds for time, max reps, 1 minute of snatches, 1 minute of rowing for calories, 1 minute of dumbbell box step ups, 1 minute of rest. Okay, I like this workout myself. And I'm going to be heavily biased towards workouts that I think I can do well at. And so this is like a fight gone bad style.
Yep. Which is the first time we've seen this format in an online competition for games.
That's right.
Max reps at a station. I thought we were going to see this in the open. Something like this.
It's actually not that bad in terms of a setup for a gym owner. We got snatches, rowing, rower in a box, but you can kind of put all of those in one kind of cool station. And the weight for individuals, 135 for the men. It looks like, and 85 for the women. And I like the 1 minute of rest. Anything with rest in it as a big guy is just awesome, right?
It's just going to make it hurt that much more.
What are your 1 minute of box, dumbbell box step ups?
That's what I'm curious. What kind of box, like, is it a goblet step up like they did in semifinals?
Yeah. Well, we can look through and determine that.
Assuming it's like 2 dumbbells. Like
okay.
Usually that's what you scroll down.
If
look at these pictures.
It is. If we scroll down right there, it is 2
okay.
farmer carry step ups.
Yep. Ouch.
And the weight on those,
your standard dumbbell weight,
35 50s.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
20-inch box, and then a 20. Oh, they're both to a 20-inch box.
Yeah,
men and women.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is how they do this. The fight combat. It's both. They're both on a 20-inch box.
So okay. That's great for me. being 6'2", that's great because like a 20-inch box. All right, now
this is a pretty good big
which
guy
means
workout.
I'm going to have to suffer on this workout.
Yeah, this is a pretty good workout right here.
For me, I just got to make the top 200 to make semifinals, and this might be the workout that'll carry me there. I'm hopeful I make the best.
I don't know. I think you got another one coming up, dude. Wait till you see what was that?
Well, no, don't. I don't even want to look at the other. Well, all right. So first thoughts on this workout, Sandra, on your thoughts on this, how you get after this one?
Yeah, in typical fight gone bad style, you kind of want to look at which movements can you cycle the fastest, because if the score is max reps, so you think about it, if you're choosing how early to transition to the next station, where can you get the most amount of reps? So let's say you can cycle the snatches faster, maybe you really sell out there, really stay till the full minute, and then maybe lose some time on the row, or I'm not sure right now, like which one you can cycle faster, but that's usually what you would do.
And when you think of like the traditional fight gone bad, you always end on the rower. This one, the rower's in the middle, so that like now you have to account for the time and transitions to get on and off the rower, where before with fight gone bad, you row all the way through the minute.
Oh yeah.
So here you have to stop in the middle to move on to the dumbbell box step ups.
So
which is interesting.
Just as a Alessandra's got a great point, right? And she's what's cool about this one too. She has her coach for most of her career was her husband, who was brilliant at gaming the hell out of fight gone bad because he had amazing box jumps.
Yeah, especially on the 20,
right? Remember, dude, he could put up. He could get 400 on fight gone bad.
Like 50, he just murdered box jumps.
Yeah, Akeem, but he was one of the ones that like in the early days taught us how to, if you're going for score on fight gone bad and not necessarily going for a good workout, if you're going for score, you lean into the push press, right? And you lean into the box jumps if you're good at them for bigger numbers, and then you manage the other two. And I think that's the same thing with this workout. You're going to lean into the one that you can cycle fast 135-pound snatches. For
Yeah,
guys.
it's not a
That's-
lightweight cycling for, I mean, like for 4 minutes of snatches, because it's
Right.
4 full rounds. So you add it up, that's 4 minutes of snatches. That'll add up, especially when you want
Right.
to try to push the intensity going on to the rowers and then maintain for the box step up.
So I'm not exactly sure which movement's gonna be like the ticket right now. You'd probably have to do some minor testing or cycle time to see
that's a
like
good
what
idea.
makes sense.
Like
you
a
know?
practice run
Yeah,
through.
like okay, let's do 10 reps, time it, see like how many I could get. Okay,
Oh.
how's this gonna add up over a minute,
Mhm.
over so you
or
you
even
do-
just seeing like how many reps can you do within like a 20-second period or 30-second period and then expand on.
That's a
from
great
there.
idea. So run a test for 30 seconds or a minute on each one and see where, with a little bit of rest in between each one. Don't do them back to back, but do that and see where you're going to end up. I can row a minute of calories in 20. I can get 20 to 24 reps, but if I push past 20, I'm going to blow myself up on the calories on the rower. Like I'll be standing there ready for the dumbbell box step ups, just dead. So those are the things to take into consideration as well. Is it worth it for you to make that effort on the rower or on the snatches in order to, buy some extra reps? Is it going to cost you on the other movements? Loose foot practice transitions on the rower.
Don't
I
get
wouldn't
caught up in the straps.
Yeah, forget about tight straps. Like that's not going to make the difference. Any thoughts there on transition, you guys?
Yeah, definitely want to make sure you can get in and out of the rower fast and not waste time there. And then, even if you do a little practice round of like kind of getting the hang of the flow of transitioning from one station to the next.
How would you leverage the snatches and the rowing? I mean, I think like you're going to get more bang for your buck as far as reps because it's the total workout. How many total calories over the snatches? Stop a little short just to get into the rower so you can start on the minute.
Yeah, I think I just can't tell right now like what makes more sense. It's like maybe the snatches you could get more reps because for some women, like for 2 pulls is 1 calorie. Like maybe for guys,
that's true.
I
mean,
it might be different. I don't know.
Like if you think of like an Isabel, which is 30 snatches for time, like going sub minute versus guys hanging on to 30 calories.
Yeah.
I guess that is a big difference too between the men and women as far as like where you want to leverage and lean into. Because it's not a 95-pound barbell, it's an 83-pound barbell or 85-pound barbell.
So for some women who maybe rowing is not their strength, they may be able to cycle the snatch, 85-pound snatch a little bit better. Or then, some guys are like Jackson, no problem on the rower, maybe actually more range of motion on the snatch and he can get.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. So it just depends on the athlete, really.
That's a really good point.
I'm assuming these movements have to be done in this order.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Well,
it doesn't say partition as needed.
That's right. It doesn't say partition.
Yeah, probably not.
Was that Jackson's question?
Yeah. Well,
or was he just not looking at the workout?
He wasn't. He might not be looking at it. Yeah. Let's go to So let's go to workout 2. By the way, that first workout was snatches, rowing, and dumbbell box step ups, Jackson. So rowing was in the middle. Let's go to workout 2. I love this.
This is
can you zoom in on this? Yeah, I love this workout except for the
box jump, burpee box.
Yeah, burpee box jump overs. Like, give me 150 wall balls all day long. I love that. But forget the freaking lateral burpee box jump. Or just like 150
lateral burpee box
box jump overs. This is one. So, for example, this is one that where I see this, and my first thing is, I can beat Yvonne on this, and then I think about it again. And I'm like, lateral burpee box jump overs. There's no way. Like she's probably going to be waiting for me to finish, cheering me on in my last set of wall balls. Hopefully not, but
this is a lot of burpees.
Yeah, that's a lot of burpees, man.
I love the fact that it's a lateral burpee box jump over, and it makes it no question as far as whether it's a jump or a step.
Right. This is a 20-minute. There's a 20-minute time cap on this workout. 150 wall ball shots. Usually, most people it's in the 8-9 minute mark, and then there's the lateral burpee box jump overs. This might be tough to finish this workout. In 20 minutes.
I think the burpees are definitely a limiting factor in this workout.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
And let's for the guys, this one you don't get a break on the box. It's a 24-inch box,
as it should be.
Yeah.
If it was a 20-inch box, that'd be kind of silly.
Yeah, it kind of would. Man, you gotta like, this is one, I think the wall ball. So Alessandra, talk about how we shouldn't even ask Alessandra for her opinion on this one, because this is one she would slaughter this workout, because you're so efficient on the burpee box jump overs. How do you approach this workout when, if you're thinking about it as an athlete and then as a coach for your athletes?
Yeah, I mean, when you really look at it, okay, a wall ball, you're more or less pushing, and then you're going into a lateral burpee box jump over. So it is a lot of pushing. So I think the wall ball is just going to kind of fatigue you for the burpees. It's definitely going to be more limiting factor on the burpees, I would say, than the wall balls. But it's kind of hard to tell how you would pace it.
I mean, when you think about even just time spent on each movement, like the burpees, 50 reps, that's going to take a minute. Where 50 wall ball shots, you can cycle through because it's just as fast as the ball or how fast you can squat. Burpees, you're moving your mass a good range of motion.
Yeah, 50 wall ball shots. The first 50, you can get them done probably comfortably in 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, when we think about Karen, like some of the fastest times in Karen was like 5 minutes, 5:30 or something.
And then
that.
you're gonna go into those first lateral burpee box jump overs gassed, and that's a disaster for me.
Yeah. So maybe like it might make sense to break up the wall balls, even though like 50 and that weight. I mean, for ladies, 15 to the 9, that's not too bad. But then, how's it going to fatigue you going into those lateral burpee box jump overs? So you probably need to strategize a little bit, or, how you
plan on
300 reps total,
Yeah.
It is keep that in mind, everyone. That's total of 300 compound reps. These are compound movements.
Pushing.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, that's normally my jam, but I would definitely step out of this just to kind of give your leg for at least the first 10 reps or so on the burpees.
Let me ask you this. How would you break up the wall ball shots prior to the burpees?
I would probably go 25.
Okay.
25 or 20, 15. Yeah. Break it up that way. And then with the burpees, like it's not like you need to break it up. It's not like you need to, like, you're not cycling a movement like an external object. You're just moving your own body. So it's just get into a groove.
Get into a groove.
Don't lay around. Yeah, and have like maybe a couple of different gears, right? Like your recovery gear to kind of coming off of the wall balls, and then like towards that last round, you want to have like your pop up and go.
As an affiliate owner, I really like this workout because it's a box and a wall. And here's what I also like, and I'm grateful that CrossFit did, is there's the it's lateral.
Yeah.
Which means where we've had trouble in the past with workouts with box jumps is they put the line, burpee box jumps, and they put the line, and you have to do it box facing, but that takes so much more room because on both sides of the box you have to basically have 7 feet of space so that the athlete has room to move and lay down without running into someone else, and this makes it much more doable in terms of space for affiliate owners. And I as a judge, make sure that those wall ball shots are, hitting the target, and then make sure that the depth is there. That's really important. Oh, Bill Leeper says 14-pound wall balls for me. Yeah, you know what, Bill? Those are things that we kind of keep quiet.
You don't want to have to talk about that.
I'm personally very, very excited about that. That I get to use a 14-pound wall ball.
Okay, so I just wanted to see this. A strict lateral orientation is not required. So you may face the box jump. Doesn't need to be a lateral jump necessarily.
Right. I guess the other factor too would be, I mean, it is going to be your legs, wall balls into, and then most people are going to be in a squat on the burpee box jump over eventually.
Yeah,
so it's
you're not going to be standing at the top of every rep.
So you're going to have that fatigue from pushing, and then as well as the fatigue of your legs.
Just that bottom position.
Yeah, exactly.
Staying low, going over. Yeah.
Aaron, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So much blue tape on the wall. Oh.
Oh crap!
Sick burn.
Yeah, we found out that some of our lines that are
we've been scaling up for the last 10 years.
Yeah, by an inch or two. So much blue tape, son of a bitch.
That's good.
We'll see. All right, let's go to workout 3 and check that out because I want to know what. Like I'm all right with that. I'm especially all right, as a master's athlete. I get that 14-pound wall ball, but then I got to make sure that I don't go out too hard and blow up. Well, this one's going to be a little bit challenging for the gym owners.
Yeah,
There's
logistic wise.
Yeah, logistic wise, right? Because
with the rope climbs in there too.
yeah, because we got rope climbs and muscle ups. So
shit.
There's going to be a lot of activity, and we do have ropes in our gym. What's the rope height? 15 foot.
Yeah.
So that's a limiter for some gyms.
12 feet for the age group division.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. But for, again, for the individuals like, Tim over at CrossFit Palo Alto, he's got a legit concern. He's like, crap, he doesn't have the high enough ceilings to have those ropes. And here's the challenge for quarterfinals versus this year versus doing this in semifinals, and why I would have advocated for rope climbs in the semifinals is because you have such a larger number of athletes. So we have 43 athletes that are doing this. And now if a smaller gym has a lot of athletes doing it, that all of those athletes have to find a place to do this rope climbs. Diablo has these ropes and people are going to ask to come here.
Yeah.
But I don't know that we can accommodate.
We have too many people already.
Well, we have too many people.
Shit.
Fortunately, though, it is workout 3.
Yeah.
So we can workout 3 probably is not due until I'm assuming that's not due until Monday. So then we can accommodate them if like athletes want to come.
That can be spread out.
Yeah, we can do them on Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon or something.
Yeah.
But that's challenging it's putting a burden on a real big burden on affiliates just because of the number of athletes now that have qualified for quarterfinals.
So just here's a consideration too.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a bar muscle up or is it a ring muscle up?
It's 20
ring?
muscle ups.
Let's see which one is it, because that dictates as far as like what like camera angle. Like we need a wall, a rope, and
so this
rings or let's see, where is it?
It's ring muscle ups.
It is ring muscle ups.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a wide range as far as to keep all of those stationary pieces of equipment in one camera frame.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You catch that? I mean, like there's no walls up against the rope. There's no rings near there. Like this is going to be a big one.
Yeah. Well, that's going to take some logistics.
This is random, but did they just switch like workout 1 and 2? Because wasn't originally workout 1 the snatch one?
Yes.
Now it's showing up as workout 1 is the wall ball burpee.
Ruh-roh.
Maybe they waited and updated it at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for the last
So I was
15
like, wait a
minutes.
second. I don't know. Is it?
Let me check.
I'm pretty sure they just switched them.
Which they would have had to put new scorecards because the scorecard says.
Yeah. See, on this, it still shows here. I'll
Well, you get
Sure.
a refresh. That's fascinating. Any thoughts on the that third workout though? Which is
as far as like the workout itself and completing it.
Well, yeah.
See, this one still says NA on the main site. Workout 1 still says NA.
Well, let's wait a minute but let's talk about this
Yeah.
workout 3. It's for time 3 rounds, 10 handstand push-ups, 20 toes to bar. And
we just did a workout similar
there's
to
a
this.
time cap on this whole workout. Let's talk about the time cap. Time cap's 15 minutes. So
Yeah.
this is like assuming it's 5
3 rounds, 2 rounds. So 6 total rounds.
6 total rounds, 10 handstand push-ups. So 30 handstand push-ups and 20 toes to bars, 60 toes to bars. So that's the first one, 30, 60. And for the individual athletes, they'll grind through that really quickly. And then 2 rounds of strict handstand push-ups and 5 rope climbs, 15 feet. That's good. 10 strict handstand push-ups, 5 rope climbs. 5 rope climbs there's gonna be
10 rope climbs.
People are gonna
round.
Yeah, people are gonna be time capped on this workout.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell.
For sure. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
A majority of like the 25%, like the top 20%, maybe even
Yeah.
15%.
We would have to, for me to get to the final round, it would be
I'm sorry.
that's when strict
Bring it
handstand
back.
push-up show up is in the final round. So that's good. So for the 55 to 59 age group, it's handstand push-ups, and then the last round, instead of chest to wall handstand push-ups, that's when strict handstand push-ups show up at the very end of the workout.
And it ends all the way down with a riser for
Yes.
the age groups, and chest to bar pull-ups. No muscle ups.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
For
For the
the-
60
for the
60
60 plus.
64, no muscle ups. 55 to 59, there are muscle ups. And
Yeah.
they have to do a regular handstand push. So our 55 to 59 age group athletes, Mark Mooney and Chris McCreary, there's a couple
gonna
of
have to do the
others.
ring muscle-ups.
They're going to, and they'll do fine.
Yeah. Well,
Chris McCreary
here's the
especially.
thing. You got to get there.
Well, you got to get there.
That's after doing 60 toes to bar, 10 rope climbs, not including just the handstand push-ups. And then
Oh, that's right. It's 10 total rope climbs.
Yeah, it's 2 rounds of that.
Yeah. 4 rope climbs a minute is usually, like, when you're gassed, is good. 4 rope climbs a minute. And so they got 5 rope climbs. So it'll take a minute and a half probably to do those 5 rope climbs. Well, 10 rope climbs total. So they're probably like 4 minutes. Wow, they're going to have.
This is a big workout.
This is a big workout. Alessandra, any thoughts or we're talking about it?
Yeah, just was looking on it. I guess it, if you're doing it right after you do the burpee wall ball one, your push is probably going to be a little blown up, so that's probably not recommended. I don't know.
Yeah, after 150 burpees.
Yeah, but for the most elite athletes, the handstand push-ups aren't too bad. It's just going to be about managing the toes to bar, the rope climbs, and the muscle ups, I would think.
Mhm.
But,
It's like a lot of pulling in that aspect.
Mhm.
A lot of different variations of pulling, which is
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I like the workout. I hate the logistics.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the camp said we're going to have people are going to have to move cameras.
Yeah.
You're going to have to, or start way far back. Yeah, this one wasn't.
But you're going to have to keep the handstand wall in frame because, like, you're going to have the same tape line as far as where your hands are. So you can't move it after you've measured it and then move that wall out of the frame just to kind of capture you in a rope line.
Yeah, what's interesting is they don't give camera information on this. Well,
No, they said they weren't going to do that though.
that's right.
So they're holding true to that.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out how to video record it, and I think it's just going to be from far away.
I mean, either that or you're going to have someone who's like following you. So it's like, as long as you have the full frame of the handstand push-up in and the toes to bar, then you move. Now you can see the full length of the rope. Like, I don't know if it's possible to do it like from far away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you might have to move it to make sure, like, that you, I would say.
Workout 2, if you
Yeah.
can't do the 135 pound, you just get a 0 for the snatches, but you can do the rest of the workout, keep going.
Yeah. I would imagine so. We got to read the standards. Obviously, we're not reading the standards. We're kind of speculating on it right now as we go through this.
But yeah, that would seem to make sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
unless there's like a limiting work requirement where you got to do one, but I don't think they're going to do that for
I don't
an
think they-
online competition.
But everybody at Diablo that's qualified should be able to do a 135 pound snatch.
Unless somebody's just gaming to sell their soul.
Oh,
In
if
those
you're
first 2
trying
minutes
to
take a
game,
2-minute break,
yeah, get one snatch.
or maybe do like the first couple rounds of snatches and then add an extra rest into it.
That's interesting though. That's a good question. I didn't think about that
Yeah,
question. but
read the
that's-
standards.
Read the standards.
We'll be
please.
reading the standards.
We
after
haven't
this.
read them yet. We just got these too, so that's why we.
Yeah, apparently they're still updating it.
Yeah.
All right. So workout 3, going back to workout 3 real quick, it looks like the time cap probably will come into play. As people are going to get held up on maybe this wall facing strict handstands. The rope climbs are going to go. They're going to take a couple of minutes each round. So 2 rounds, that's 4 minutes possibly just on the rope climbs.
Mm-hmm.
And the strict handstand push-ups, this workout's going to get, people are going to get time capped, and it's going to, what it's probably going to end up being is how many muscle ups, like for the top athletes, it's, how many muscle ups can you get at the end?
Yeah, it's a big one.
Let's go to workout 4 and just look at that. You're right. It is changing. The website's changing. I'm noticing.
Is
every
it?
time. Yeah,
Like,
because
it's
when it first
constantly-
came up, they didn't have the workout to the right of the
Yeah,
details.
it just said like NA.
Now it's in here.
So is workout 1 and 2 switched over?
So workout 4, I don't know. I didn't check that. I haven't gone
Okay.
back to that yet.
I'm assuming they're all the same workouts. Unless
so
something else
it looks
in.
like workout 4 looks like a Grace workout. Lots of clean and jerks.
I like this one. This is fun.
Yeah, this is a cool workout. This
Max
is a
reps at
cool
the end.
workout. Wow. It's on off 10 and then rest. 10 rest. 10 oh, this is a cool workout.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a trap. Because you think that 1 minute you're going to be able to recover. Like, so if you cycle these, you are gonna suffer.
I mean, that first set of 10, that's only 10 at 135.
And it's a 10-minute running clock.
Or an 85 too.
10, and so what you get is, what's interesting is the weight 3, there's a rest 1 minute. Oh, and then
max reps with the remaining time.
Okay, in round 4.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
basically a 10-minute AMRAP. You have 30 clean and jerks with ascending weight every 10 reps, and then you end with that last weight at 165, 245 for max reps.
Right.
With the remaining time of 10 minutes.
These are cool workouts. All right. It's good.
It's interesting though, because like the weights are for the women. Notice that they're all a lot lighter.
Yeah,
I mean, like they're 10
Yeah, I
pounds
noticed
lighter.
they've done that this year. They did that in the, I want to say, the team quarterfinals.
Yeah,
too.
they did. Yeah.
They were.
I think they're getting rid of like the change plates.
Yes. Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just the 5s that would be on either side.
That's a very good point. So they get rid of the change plates because they're using a 35-pound bar. Fascinating. This is a really cool workout. Because CrossFitters love clean and jerk. So I've never done lateral burpees.
This is almost like a sprint.
I've
to
never
get to
done
that
lateral
max
burpee
rep.
box jumps, so that will be something. Yeah, it's the
a
lateral
burpee and a box jump.
you're gonna do lateral burpee box jumps, and you'll never want to do box facing ones ever again.
Well, I don't know. They're faster.
Which ones are?
It's lateral because you're closer to the box.
You're closer. Oh yeah, but yeah, you're gonna have to
You're gonna
suffer more.
suffer
You have to
faster.
suffer more then. But you learn a little turning technique, and it's just you're right there. But the last one, this last one's what's cool about this last one? That's going to be a fun one to watch. So for fans that are coming in and watching this, that's going to be a really cool one.
And I'm assuming we can have assistance in weight changes.
Yeah, well, let's make that assumption. We're not guaranteeing it that someone can help. Well, you got a 1 minute rest anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have assistance.
Assistance with
Okay.
change loads. Yeah.
That's great. There's going to be weights all over the floor.
At least there's no change plates.
Yeah, there's no change.
Because I bet you every weight increment. Yep.
Okay, so Alessandra, just kind of like thinking about your athletes and what you're going to coach them in terms of execution on these workouts. Someone that's how do you think about recommendations for doing these workouts starting today, and then we have until Monday? How do you program these workouts to your athletes for the best possible results?
Well, I haven't looked at the time windows, but I'm assuming it's like the team where the first 2 you have until Saturday to complete.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
It's Saturday at 5 too, right?
It's Saturday at 5.
Yeah, not
and then
noon.
Monday at 5.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's a pretty long window.
Yeah, so basically you want to look like how the workouts will affect each other.
Mhm.
So, just looking at, okay, if they're not going to switch up the workouts again.
Right.
Yeah. If this is the order, okay.
Yeah.
Looking at the snatch, rowing, dumbbell box step up, that's a lot of pulling on the snatches, pulling on the rowing. Then we look at workout number 2. That's more pushing, the burpees and the burpee box jump over or the wall balls.
Yeah.
And then workout 3,
The handstand push-up.
handstand push-up. So you think about it, it's more pushing.
Yeah.
Handstand push-up, the wall balls are pushing. So you probably don't want to do those workouts like back to
Yeah,
back.
the burpee.
So
and
so maybe you would actually do like workout 2 first, then workout 1, and then workout 3. It just depends. There's always going to be something that compounds. There's always like a trade-off. There's not going to be like the perfect
thing.
Right.
thing,
The
but
perfect situation. But that's a good thought, right? That's a really good thought right there. right? As you start, because you know what, you have to have 2 done first,
Yeah.
or for
Yeah.
by Saturday. So you do that one first, which gives your shoulders, because especially if handstand push-ups are an issue, you do 2 first, get that out of the way, and your engines, you test your engine, then come in, do workout 1, which is minute of snatches, calorie rowing, and box step ups. That's, what's cool about that one as a second workout. That's got a minute of rest, right? 3, so it's more of an interval based workout. So it's not as demanding metabolically, I don't think, long, versus that first one where you're 150 wall balls, 150 burpee,
and you can
box
kind of
uppers.
game where you want to send it.
You can game, you can game where you want to send it, right? So because you're not going to be sending it on all 3 of those movements. You really are going to lean into the one that you can get the reps on.
Yeah.
So that's your second workout. And then that gives your shoulders a rest, and you come in on day 3 or whatever it is. That's when you do the handstand push-up workout.
So that's what you said. It looks like they moved the wall ball one to event 1.
But now I think it's back.
Yeah,
so there's probably just
we're just gonna refer to Fight on Bad style one, the wall ball workout.
Yeah, I think it's back.
I mean, the other thought too would be, okay, if you're really starting on Wednesday, then you could theoretically, if you wanted to, do like 3 or 4 first. Like maybe if you're, you have like a glaring weakness and you're like, this is going to be my worst workout. I definitely need to redo it. So maybe you might do that one first, like,
and if it is like your worst workout.
Yeah. Because if the first 2 workouts aren't due till Saturday, then okay, you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You have 4 days to.
Yeah. So if handstand push-ups aren't your jam, because that's what we're really talking about here. Is it's mostly that, because I think everybody's got a reasonable amount of toes to bars. Everybody's got rope climbs, but the handstand push-ups and muscle ups, they may not be as adept at.
Yeah.
And so since we're assuming most everybody's tapering into these workouts. If you want your best performance, you want to be the most rested for this one. This would be the one. Yeah, maybe you do workout 3 first.
Yeah, and then also
that's a good point.
Yeah, like if you're, if it's your goal to make it further, and that's going to be your worst movement, you might already know you're going to redo. So every time you do a workout, you kind of learn strategy, you learn how it feels, and you can always like improve just by,
reviewing your own video,
and you're like, oh, that's where I wasted time. But so
Lynn, that's a good point. Lynn, I read your comment first before I said it, so I'm going to give you credit for this. Although Alessandra didn't read your comment, so you're thinking with great minds. You and Alessandra are on the same page. But I think that's a prudent strategy. And it's probably metabolically, like if you struggle at handstand push-ups,
this is going to be more muscular fatigue.
You're not going to have
that stamina.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and every athlete is going to have order that maybe makes sense for them. There's not like one way, like that's the way to go. That's the order. It's not everyone's the same. So
some people will crush the pressing, but when you think about like all the wall balls, maybe that just punishes them.
Jamie, what are your thoughts on the quarterfinals as an overall test and preparation for selection? Let me finish this up. For selection for athletes that are going to go and make it to semifinals, like are we going to get the right athletes to semifinals?
Yeah. When you think of it from the skills and just like it seems like they've made it very inclusive that almost everybody can do it. Like even if you don't have that snatch, if you can't snatch that heavier weight, you can still do the workout.
Yeah.
And starting with just a standard kipping handstand push-up into the toes to bar, those are 2 basic movement patterns that almost anybody moving on into this quarterfinal stage can move on into at least maybe the second 2 rounds with the strict and then the rope climbs. And as far as like the loading, there's not really a heavy barbell besides these clean and jerks. Like you're going to see the top athletes perform the best.
Yeah. The heaviest,
as far as getting to those weights.
That's interesting. So the heaviest clean and jerk is 245.
Yeah.
For men, but it's a lot of reps. Think
about how much time they're going to have to get there. I mean, you have 10 minutes total, take 3 minutes out from resting. So you have 7 minutes of work. right?
Okay.
The first 10 clean and jerks, 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
The next 10 clean and jerks, maybe 2 minutes. So you might have anywhere between 3 to 4 minutes on that last set.
The strongest guys will be tested on this, and you'll end up with very strong athletes at semifinals. But the person that wins this workout is a super efficient barbell cycler, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually that the weight it's like a moderate
Yeah.
weight. It's not they're not heavy weights. So it's
Exactly.
like, so it's going to be more muscular fatigue and inefficiency rather than like 1 rep max strength. Like, I mean, 165-pound for ladies, that's not that heavy.
Well, was it 40 pounds, 30 pounds lighter than last year's clean and jerks? Remember the ascending reps on the clean and jerk with a burpee box jump over?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a lot more volume in it, but
I think it's going to be like a pure gasser, if anything.
Yeah, 100%. I think this one is going to be the one that's going to take a lot out of your CNS. So as far as like when to do this one, I mean, the other ones I feel like have more room for like error, or if you ever needed to repeat. This one looks like you just kind of have to just go.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, with the 1 minute rest after each one, like you might even on the earlier weights push the pace because that's a lightweight 10 clean and jerks. And then you have a minute rest. Sure. There's trying to
maximize your time at the end.
Yeah.
If you're doing it here at Diablo, you don't have to do them in order. You can do them in the order which your coach tells you to, or the order that you want to do them. I do have to say one thing though, and just kind of it's a observation based upon my experience and knowledge of Alessandra Pichelli. These are great workouts for you.
I would like these.
What do you think about these tests to move on to semifinals? Do you think these are good?
This is Alessandra's. These are really good workouts for her, and but she's having a baby this year, and that is way more important and way more cool.
Just doing a different one.
Yeah.
But damn, you got to have a little bit of FOMO with these.
Yeah, I think when I see the competition part or competing, I definitely have FOMO. But when I think about like all the hours of training, I'm like, I don't miss that. I have time to do so much more.
She would come in, and she would come in early in the. I'll tell you right now, if Alessandra was competing, she would not be on this podcast right now. But she would be in early in the morning with her bag. She'd have her camera. She'd be thinking about. She'd be getting tons of messages from Akeem about what order to do the workouts. We'd be setting up. But these are cool workouts for you. You're all of these things are really in your wheelhouse. And I do like the loads on these. What do you think about that, Jamie? That 135 snatch for the first one versus?
I think that'll be a limiter for some. I mean, it's not necessarily a lightweight.
It's to the ground, by the way. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Like if it was hang snatches,
that's just quick singles.
Quick
singles. There's
quick
no
singles.
no reason to cycle through those as far as like starting it, because then if anything, that's just going to jack your heart rate up, and you're going to try to sustain that on the rower.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I mean, personally, like, even though like I would like the snatches, I would lean into the row more.
Let's talk about this strategy on this real quick.
Yeah.
This workout, and talk about some of the things we do with Fight Gone Bad. Because I think about Fight Gone Bad, one of the things that I do on Fight Gone Bad is on a movement like sumo deadlift high pull. I'll do a number that I have fixed in my head, and then I'll stop with like 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. And I'll give myself extra rest going into, say,
just
push
to
press.
Make the transition.
Yeah, well, to make the transition, so I'm ready to go as soon as the minute starts. So that's something to think about for this workout as well. If the 135 snatch is, you're going to be grinding, don't necessarily take the whole minute to grind it out. Get a few reps, because you may want to spend more time on the rower, like as soon as that minute starts and and go all the way to that minute ends.
I mean, when you think of cycle rate too, like, I mean, just speaking personally, like the row, maintaining 1 rep per pull versus having to reset and pull the bar off the ground. Like, I would leverage the rower a lot more, but maybe holding on to the snatches, maybe like 1 rep every 8 seconds, okay. And then stop, like you said, stop with 10 seconds to spare to get on the rower, take a breath, and then go. and then just hang on for life for those dumbbells. Just try to keep moving.
Well, see, with the dumbbells, same thing with the dumbbells, right? Because you're each one of those dumbbell box step ups takes a few seconds.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot longer than a rowing pull.
Well, rower, Sandra said that how much pulling this is, and think about how taxing this is going to be on your grip. When you get to those dumbbell box step ups, like doing those under fatigue sucks if you're not efficient with it. You're only going to be able to go so fast.
That's true. All the movements are more or less grippy.
Very
Snatch,
grippy,
row,
yeah.
holding the dumbbells.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's really no, like that's probably going to be the limiting factor for some. Like when you think about how many snatches they're going to get in like the rounds 3 and 4, it's just how quickly can their grip recover.
Yeah, I'm thinking 15 myself. 15 box step ups would be a good number with dumbbells.
So figuring out strategy, definitely do like Sandra said, just do a little test run.
Yeah. How long does it take you to do 10 reps of each?
Yeah. And then also just getting a sense of like, okay, which ones are the most taxing? Okay, I cycled that faster, but how much is that going to add up over 4 rounds? So there's cycle time and then also fatigue as well.
And don't be afraid to set the dumbbells. You're going to go all the way to the end because you're going to get the minute rest at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't be afraid to, like on the snatch, set the barbell down, go sit down on the rower, and then wait for this, get everything kind of set and then go.
Yeah.
That could allow you, like, for example, if the straps being snug is important to your performance, well, then give yourself a few seconds to get on that rower. Don't cut into your minute because I think the rower, ironically with this, it's the rowing may be the most efficient movement here in terms of energy expenditure and the rep return. Very interesting. Cool workout. I'm sure they tested the hell out of it.
I like to see it 4 rounds because that's definitely gonna suck more.
Back to the wall ball shots and lateral burpee box jump overs. As I think about this workout, it makes me sick to my stomach. Just because I can do the wall ball shots, but I'm so slow on the burpee box jump overs, and just you do that first. You're gonna do that first round, and you're gonna be in a zone, in a place, and because when you're talking about 150 burpee box jump overs, and if you guys have done 100 burpees, you get to a place where you're just like you're tuned out the world. Your head's moving. This is one you're not gonna feel very good on too because your head's moving up and down a lot.
Yeah,
and you're turning.
Maybe.
Maybe
I would just face the same way.
Yeah. On the
because then there's a quarter turn to like face the box.
This is one you're not going to feel good in this workout. Well, so some people are really good at both of these. Like, this is going to be a good one for Yvonne, and I think Kim too is good at burpee box jump overs. It's a good workout for them. I don't think the wall ball shots are going to be the limiting factor. Any more thoughts, you guys, on this one and pacing and any of that?
I think it's hard to tell, but yeah, I'm assuming that it's just going to be the compounding feeling of the push from the wall balls into the push of the burpee. And yeah, it's just.
How does Jackson do this workout, Alessandra? Does he go 50 unbroken and then into the burpee box jump overs, 50 unbroken burpee box jump overs? And I think they'd have to, right?
I mean, yeah, it just depends. Don't have like a positive answer, but yeah, the wall balls are not usually an issue for him. For him, it's more going to be the burpee, but then it still is the wall ball gonna.
How bad is the wall ball's going to affect
his arm? On the burpee. So it's like you got to see it more as those 300 reps. Like, how can you keep moving the best or keep that pace up the best? So
we're coming back to that, and I like that because you said that earlier. Is when you look at this workout, it's not as much at even separating the two movements. It's you're doing 300 reps. Each one of those movements is almost equally taxing kind of metabolically.
Yeah.
The lateral burpee box jump overs take longer.
Cycle rate.
Your cycle rate is slower, but equally taxing. And so you have to think about this as a 300 rep workout.
I think of this workout, and looking at it makes me think of like the end of Filthy 50.
Yeah.
You know
Where
what?
you have the 50
Dude, that was
balls,
that was
50
a
burpees.
that's a
and box
major
jump
buzz.
times
That's a
3.
major buzzkill right there.
I'm sorry.
That is like the worst part of the Filthy 50. That's
Sorry
so
to put that
awful.
together.
Dude, you're in it and you're at like 17. Like this is never gonna end.
Let's just add a box jump over to it.
Oh man.
I think too, just looking at time domain, like, okay, if it is somewhere near 20 minutes, like you want to start or find a pace where you're able to manage your heart rate. If you feel like in that first 50 wall balls, your heart rate's spiking too much, you probably maybe going out a little bit too hot.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at who's on.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, there you go.
Buddy Hitchcock.
Of course, he likes the look of the last one.
Poor. He's gonna do well on the wall ball burpee box jump reverse too.
Dude's looking strong this year.
I know he is. He must be an age group guy now. He's probably
He might have broken a 35.
yeah.
Is
he
possibly?
Such a great athlete, and just and yeah. So all 4 of these are all good workouts for him. He's gonna have a great quarterfinal. But 4 does look like fun.
Yeah, I like that. Obviously very biased, but
yeah. And let's real quick, let's do a quick review of the last 2. We'll look at workout 3 again now that we've had a little bit of time to think about it. 10 handstand push-ups, 20 toes to bar. And I think for this one, Alessandra, are we pacing the first 3 rounds so that we're ready to go on those strict handstand push-ups?
Yeah, it does depend, because like there's some athletes who like that's their jam handstand push-ups, so they don't per se need to.
You're right.
Because like 30 kipping handstand push-ups, that's not really
it's
that
not
bad.
a whole lot. Yeah.
And then 20 strict handstand push-ups, and then 10.
Those aren't big numbers.
Those aren't really, but if handstand push-ups are like a stroke, then they can be big numbers.
Then you have to really emphasize your efficiency on that kipping handstand push-up.
Yeah. And then toes, 60 toes to bar. That's more, it just depends on your strength and your weakness. This can look completely different from one person to the next. So
when you think about the compounding reps on the toes bar, 60 reps and the 10 rope climbs, that's going to make the rope climbs a little bit more difficult when you think about having to pull the knees up when your hips are fired up. That's going to make those rope climbs different.
Oh, that's interesting, right?
It's like do a bunch of, like what was it a couple years ago, the GHD sit-ups into the rope climbs. That caught a lot of people off guard as far as how much they needed their hip flexors when they got to the ropes.
That's true. So there will be some hip flexor fatigue. I mean, even then from the toes to bar to the rope climbs to the muscle ups, just being able to like have a fast turnover on the muscle ups, like you're so
look at this one. And I think I think for consideration here is the time cap. This is I think people are going to come up against the time cap on this one. And this one is likely, if I see people redoing a workout, I see people redoing this one. I see people showing up on Monday. I just want to get one more muscle up.
This is going to be the fun one to repeat and set up to make sure we got cameras dialed in. Yeah, I'm really not looking forward to this.
We want a wide angle camera, folks, for this one. Yeah, this one's a little frustrating from an affiliate owner's perspective. Putting all of this in frame for multiple athletes.
Like, how are you, like, just to keep, I'm just thinking from our space specifically.
Yes.
How, like,
it's
in order for us to get
wide angle.
Well, you can't adjust your camera angle, right? Like, I mean, obviously you want to go long landscape
going to move
wise.
it. Just back it way up. It's all we can do. Back it way up because you've got, rings.
But it's not so much back it up. It's like, think of like how, because like if you shot it from this side of the room facing the ropes where you can keep the rings in the frame, where's the closest wall that you're going to have? It's way the fuck out there.
I think you're going to have someone follow you, because if you want to keep the integrity of the movement. So let's say you typically you'd want that 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
And that, so I don't think it's possible to just go far away, because then you're chancing like you not per se being in frame, or you're being too far to even see do their toes touch the bar. I don't know. If it's on the other side of the room.
Let me tell you the other thing too. And here's what I'll tell everyone. And this is where I'm glad we told everyone to download WODproof.
Yeah, because you can still keep your timer in the
Yeah, because it
Mhm.
has a timer in the camera.
Yeah,
So that's true. This one, I think you're going to have to do
Yeah,
while
I
you're
think-
proof and
yeah,
then
this
have
one's gonna-
someone on
yeah,
the camera.
100%.
Ugh.
So not only are you going to need a judge, but you're also going to need somebody holding a camera.
You need a judge and someone holding your camera.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
this is going to be the one that everybody's going to want to repeat.
Yay! Thank you. You know, I can't. I'm not gonna bitch about it because I do like the test. I like
Yeah.
the fact that they're testing handstand push-ups. I like the fact that they're testing the rope climbs and muscle ups.
Yeah. And logistically, like this is the only one that's a problem.
Yes.
So
'Cause-
like,
yeah.
there's got to be one.
Yeah. There's got to be one. The other ones are just great, like the clean and jerk one. Or let's go to that last workout real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. This is a fun workout. And I think what's cool about this one with the 1 minute rest is you can really drive the cycle on this. And I would say I would urge caution to Diablo's athletes. Please make sure that you're locked out at the top
Clean and
before you
reps,
bring
clean
that
reps.
back or that barbell back down. It's so easy to kind of push press with your knees not locked out and think you're at the top and then start back down. I do it. I'm guilty of it where, you push and then it's up, but I'm not fully extended. And then I start bringing it down and then my knees extend.
I almost feel like if you are going that fast to have that issue, you're going too fast for this entire 10-minute workout.
Well said.
Like if you don't have control to show control at the top, fully locked out and get the good clean rep, then slow down.
Yeah,
You're
this
going to
is-
be having a rough go
Yeah.
in those heavier weights.
So so the first 10 in clean and jerks, you're looking at, 20, 30 seconds with a minute rest.
I would say on average 30, 40 seconds
Yeah.
for like the some of the maybe the top
1, 2,
athletes.
3 minutes. There's 3 total minutes of rest, 7 minutes of work.
I was just looking at, and in the past, a
Yes.
lighter clean and jerk weight, they'd allow like a snatch, but yeah, they specifically said no snatches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess they would say
Oh.
like ground to overhead then. So yeah, he definitely has to be lifted to the
Has- yeah,
shoulders
yeah,
before
yeah.
overhead. Yeah.
That's a great point. So yes, people can snatch it, but no, you're not allowed to.
Wait,
It's-
people can snatch what?
No, they
well, they can snatch the weights. They're able to.
Yeah,
but
but it specifically
it
says
is
clean
it
and
is
jerk,
not
yeah.
allowed. It is
Yeah,
a
it has
clean
to
and
pass
jerk-
the shoulder.
has to pass through
Yeah.
the shoulders and up overhead. That's
Yeah.
great. That's a great observation.
Which helps,
Yeah.
especially you're going to be snatching that
Right.
135 in that first workout.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, you're gonna have a minute to 2 minutes at the last weight.
You think?
Yeah. A minute to 3 minutes at the last weight, maybe.
Maybe like two to four for some.
yeah,
two-
some
2 to
probably
4
can
minutes.
have more.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 4 minutes at that last weight.
I mean, you take away the 3 minutes from the rest, and then you have somebody who's sending it 20
Let me
seconds
see-
on the clean.
Let
and
me
jerks,
see
the
what
first
you,
one.
if you have 3 to 4 minutes at that last weight, that's gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. It's not, but it's what's great is the fact that it's
That's
not
a whole
that
nother.
heavy.
That's a whole nother grace. For
You can
someone.
essentially cycle that still.
Yes.
I don't know why, but it's good.
Yeah, that's another 30 reps.
If you're
You know,
planning to
that's
repeat
another
anything.
that's another 30 to 40 reps for some people.
So here's another thing to consider too. Like you talked about maybe like the handstand push-ups being the one to repeat.
Right.
Do you repeat it after this workout?
Oh, after the clean and
Yeah,
jerk?
if you did this last on Sunday or Saturday, and then you were going to repeat the handstand push-up workout on Sunday or Monday.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a
'cause
great question.
This is going to tax out the shoulders where those handstand push-ups are going to get.
That's a great
gross.
question.
Well, at least this is more like pulling, and then the handstand push-ups more.
Well, I
push.
mean, like you still got to take the bar overhead.
yeah, you're
and-
still like supporting weight
Yeah.
overhead. So.
Yeah.
But James,
As far as your central nervous
But-
system will be a
but
little
wh-
bit
and
toasty.
so what Jamie is saying here essentially is make workout for your last workout, and don't repeat it. Like, I that's what you're saying basically.
That's how I would personally.
If you're
approach
gonna
it.
repeat the handstand push-up muscle up workout, repeat it before you do this last workout
having
for
a fun time with handstand push-ups my entire CrossFit career,
it. Yes.
I would absolutely repeat that one before doing this.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
then not so much how like the handstand push-ups would affect this, is just how much would this affect my handstand push-ups the following
Got it.
day. That's just how I'm personally thinking about it.
Okay.
Like when you get to those strict wall facing, like just that top end, that lockout.
Any other closing thoughts on this, Alessandra, on all these workouts and the tests? And
Yeah, I think it's tricky. Yeah, I haven't read through
Yeah.
all the standards and stuff, and it always takes like a lot of really looking into it, and like you have to think first of like, okay, which athlete am I thinking about?
Yeah.
So it's like just completely different. So
It's a lot of
feel-
like rotating.
But
Yeah.
Alessandra's point is super valid, and this is something that is, she's super nice, but it's also one of her pet peeves, and she can get annoyed when you come in to judge and the athletes haven't read the standards. There's a lot in those standards.
Yeah.
And we may look at these workouts and go, it's just 10 clean and jerks, change weights. Well, you need to know what the standards are and really read through and understand, where do I have to stand? Do I face the bar when I start, or do I not face the bar? What has to be in frame for the camera? Those kinds of things. All of those things, please, as a quarterfinal athlete, take the time to read through them, even though you think you understand and got the workout. Take the time to read through. We've said some things here, like with rower, I don't know that you can go sit on the rower before the time starts.
Yeah, it's one of those things. We just speculating.
Read the standards and understand if you can do those things. And it'll make your life a lot easier as an athlete, and your judge's life a lot easier.
Yeah, that too. And you don't want to do the workout, then realize later, like, oh, I forgot to do this. And then you're like, now I have to redo it.
Yeah.
So it's like, save yourself the stress, and just like, even before you come to the gym, read the standards, because it can be stressful when you're trying to warm up, but then you're trying to also like understand what you're supposed to do. So just
Focus
make
on
it
one
so,
thing.
yeah, you know exactly what you need to do. So you just like can warm up, and then you're good to go.
Mhm.
The one guarantee I can make about redos is no one's going to be redoing 150 wall balls and 150 burpee box jump overs.
Yeah, I think likely you probably don't want to.
I can
Let's do
trim.
Karen
I can
twice.
trim a few more seconds off of that workout.
That.
No, that's I love where that workout's placed. That's good. All right, cool. Any other thoughts, you guys? Closing thoughts on this?
No, let's wrap this up, because we got an hour to review all these workouts before we start.
Yes. Sandra? No?
Yeah, I think that same thought is like.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
got anxiety. We gotta go because we have a 2:00 class that we're gonna do this in. So everyone, thanks for joining us. Alessandra, especially. I know with all that you got going on in your life and baby coming, everything else, and then coaching athletes, thank you very much for being a part of this. It's
Happy to
it's
be here.
awesome. Yeah. Cool.
Till next time.
All right, we out.